Yo, what is up, Crocs and Clan members, Poke fans? We are here with the second part of week 6 because we didn't get the battle done until literally this week. This is my face-off against Yoderler. I will have my week 7 battles over the weekend, so we'll see how that goes. But essentially, Yoderler, I've always known him to be like a setup-based player. He always likes his setup. So I knew for a fact, actually the 6 mons he brought are pretty much the ones I assumed he was going to bring. Because his team it's not the most diverse. Most of his lower tier mons are probably never going to be used. So for the most part, most of his lower tier mons are not useful enough for him to use. So like he has an Oricorio, he has a Vigoroth, he has a Carkle. I'm surprised he didn't bring the Entei, but for me, it was a toss up between is he going to bring Entei or is he going to bring Mandibuzz? I expected Mandibuzz just to avoid, hazards and stuff like that because I've been very prone to use them in the past. But for the most part, his team is very set. Like, there's not going to be too many varieties in terms of what he brings. Now, what I was surprised is that he ended up going with a Specs Iron Valiant. I was expecting more of a physical-oriented one, which is the reason why most of my mons are physically defensive. And I also expected, the Shell Smash physical Torterra, and he ended up bringing a special Torterra, which, again, I don't know why. It just felt a little weird. But I will admit, before this battle happened, and I had been trying to get this battle done for a couple days before it actually happened. It was a struggle. Let me be real. We had set a time, we didn't get to it, and then we tried again for another time, and we didn't get to it. Well, I shouldn't say we. Yoderler was just too busy. He wasn't able to reach out to me. So, for the most part, I kept going after him. And in that time, I was second-guessing myself in terms of, movesets, items, and the mons I was going to use. For the most part, I was going to keep Screamtail, Lando, Wellsprings, and Arch. And then I was still hesitant on how I wanted to handle Typhlosion. Whether going for, a choice version or heavy-duty boots with Sleep Talk for the Amoonguss, that type of stuff. That was my mindset. But the one mon I was definitely cautious about was this Galarian Articuno. Now, I've never used any of the Galarian birds except for Zapdos maybe, and that was during Gen 8 around time it released because it was a good choice scarfer. So I was always very iffy with all of the birds. And my problem with Articuno is the way it's used is setup based, and I'm not really a setup based player for the most part. I've done it with Ogerpon Wellsprings, because I know how to use it relatively well. But with mons that I'm not comfortable with or I'm not used to, it's really hard for me to do setup based gameplay with them. So I had a Calm Mind Agility Articuno with Stored Power and Hurricane, which in hindsight would have worked. That it's not like it's a bad mon. Do that. It's just that because of the way I was expecting this battle to go, I wasn't feeling comfortable with it, and I literally right before the battle happened, I was like, "Fuck! Should I just bring Registeel?" Because I was hesitant to bring Registeel because he has the Iron Valiant, and I was expecting a physical oriented one with close combat and all that shit, and that's not good. That's not fun. And Latios is also a nuisance for it, even though it doesn't have Aura Sphere isn't gonna do too much to Registeel. It's gonna bounce off. It's definitely gonna leave a mark. And then he had a fucking Entei as a possibility. So there was a lot of things that were keeping me from bringing Registeel because I wasn't knowing whether I should go full Fizz Def or full Sped Def, and that's kind of the reason why I didn't bring it. But in hindsight, I'm I should have just brought it because I played with this Articuno very uncomfortably, and if I had Registeel in that slot, this game would have been a lot easier for me. That's my point. In terms of movesets, I wasn't going to bring Pelipper to this battle because I just didn't feel comfortable using it against all the mons he had and the possibilities for moves. So I was going to do Manual Rain with Screamtail, so I had Rain Dance. And then Landorus, if I remember correctly, was more of a support. Was he support? I know he had rocks, but I think he was just defensive with Earthquake for the Penguin. My Typhlosion was heavy duty boots with Sleep Talk in case I ever have to switch into an Amoonguss. I lived Foul Play relatively easily, and Sleep Talk was always going to call something that was useful. I had Infernal Parade, Fire Blast, and I believe Focus Blast. So I was always going to be able to catch something. My Wellspring was full, like all 4 attacking moves. I wasn't messing around. I wanted to get all the coverage as possible. And I am faster than most of his mons, but with a little bit of bulk, just so I can tank some hits. And then my Arch was more of like, it was Assault Vested. And I also regret the Terra type I gave it. I gave it Terra Fairy because it's the standard. But honestly, I should have gone Terra Grass. I don't know, like he doesn't have anything for a Terra Grass Arch, and I saw that afterwards because it didn't help me in this battle to be Terra Fairy. But that's besides the point. We're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna click this battle off, and I believe I let off with Ogerpon or Screamtail. I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was one of those two. I wasn't leading Lando because I didn't want to risk triggering the competitive on Empoleon, which is gonna be a hassle. Which if I had Registeel, I wouldn't have had that problem. But that's besides the point. So we're gonna lead this off, and I did lead Wellsprings. He does go for the Mandibuzz. I go for the Play Rough, and this was Mandibuzz wasn't gonna kill me here. Okay, I knew that for a fact. So I was trying to gauge what type of Mandibuzz this was. It was more, if it was more physically defensive, this thing was only gonna do like 30%. And then I would be able to play around it accordingly, depending on what I needed. So that was my mindset. And this Wellsprings did so much fucking damage to this guy. Like, let me just say that right now. So this tells me it's more specially oriented, like more specially defensive oriented, because 44% to a Mandibuzz, especially with the fact that I'm not even max attack Wellsprings, is really telling, which is gonna help me a little bit in the long run. So I'm going to go ahead. He's going to go for the U-turn. Does a little bit of damage, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. He goes for Valiant. Now, like I said, I was predicting physical here. I expected a physical-based Iron Valiant. So I switch into my physically defensive wall, which is Landorus. And he reveals the Moonblast. Now, that shit did a ton of damage. Now, I don't have all the special bulk on this Landorus, which is fine. But I'm like, that still did too much. And at this point, I knew he was Specs, and I was trying to gauge which of my mons could take it properly. So what I did is I go to Screamtail just to gauge how much it does, because I didn't know how much special attack invested he was. And he does 43%. I'm like, okay, well, I can tank 2 of those, but I want to risk it. So, because this could be like a min-max. So at this point, I said, okay, he's probably more invested in special attack, which means I can, the way my Typhlosion is set up, I can tank 3 of these, or like I tank 2 and live I live 2 and it takes 3 to kill me. That's what I'm trying to say. So I scare him out though. So he gets special attack out, which isn't really relevant because I wasn't using Screamtail for offensive support anyways. So I think I do. No, I went for the Wish. What? Oh, okay. I think I was trying to pass a Wish off. I think that was what's going on here. I go back to Ogerpon because, like I said, I'm not scared of this Empoleon with my Wellsprings. And here I go for the Trailblaze. Because, like I said, I'm just trying to. I literally hit everything here. Now, this was the interesting part. I live. He can't spawn me because I'm a grass type. And I live Sludge Bomb comfortably. Without any issues. He can't status me with any of his Spore moves, so he can't go for Sun Spore. He can't do anything. He literally can't touch me enough for me to bother here. So what I ended up doing is I stayed in because I had Zen Headbutt on my. Like I said, I was 4 attack. I was Ivy Cudgel, Trailblaze, Play Rough, and Zen Headbutt. I literally had a chance to take care of his entire team with this Wellspring. That's basically the way I set it up. So what happens here wasn't necessary. Okay, I got a flinch, but seeing it did 60%, I'm like, this thing is not physically defensive at all. Okay, because there's no way. Like I said, I'm not even max attack Wellsprings because I was trying to have some bulk in there to be able to live a move from Mandibuzz, from Empoleon, from Torterra. So I like, bruh. So he does go for the. I do get a flinch here. Like I said, I didn't need it. Okay, I didn't need it at all, so I don't know why the game gave it to me. And then I go for this Zen again. It does nothing to his Empoleon. And like I said, I'm not scared of Empoleon at all. So I think I go for the Trailblaze again here. Oh no, wait. Why did I go for? Oh, because I was predicting the switch. That's why. Duh. And I knew he wasn't gonna switch into Amoonguss there. So basically now this Mandibuzz is dead. Because I'm literally trying. He's gonna try to stall me out. But I'm trying to get enough speed to outspeed the Valiant and the Latios. So I go for a second Trailblaze. I could have killed this thing a lot easier, but and now I'm gonna go for 2 Cudgels. Wait, why did I go? Oh, because Cudgel did 35%. Okay, Play Rough does more. So this is a risk because I could be, I could miss. So this was a risk, but it paid off for me because I keep going for. Okay, I went for Cudgel there. Why? Because I think I was predicting something. I don't know what it was. He goes for the U-turn, goes back to Amoonguss. Like I said, I'm not scared of this thing. So I go for the Zen Headbutt, the 61%, and then he goes for the Clear Smog. Now this was a nuisance because now my +2 speed is gone. I'm now slower than his Latios and his Val. So this is a little scary. Now I could have predicted him to go into Mandibuzz here. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Okay, look at. Listen, this happened like 2 days ago. Okay, so I'm a little rusty. I probably should have watched this beforehand. But I killed his Amoonguss. And then he goes back into his Iron Valiant, and this is where I go to my Typhlosion because I can live it without issues. Like I said, I live 2, and I go for the Infernal Parade here, which it was between that and Fire Blast, and honestly, thinking back on it, I probably should have gone for Fire Blast, but I really didn't. I wasn't necessary. So he goes for the Moonblast, kills me, like I said, takes 3. And then I go switch into Articuno. Now, the reason why I did this is like, I can live a Moonblast easily. And if he gets the special attack drop, then I get a competitive boost. So I right now trying to outspeed this thing. So my first instinct is to go for the agility. Because even if I go for Calm Mind, I'm not living the second one comfortably enough to do anything. So I literally go for the agility after he goes for Moonblast. Which means now I'm faster than this thing. Stored power. Stored power is enough to kill this Iron Valiant here. But I'm not risking him switching into his fucking bird. So, I literally go for the Hurricane here. And, oh, I didn't. See, I know I killed this Mandibuzz with Hurricane. But I go for Stored power. I don't know why I thought he was going to stay in. But I do kill this thing with Hurricane. And now he goes into Empoleon. Now, like I said, I was more physically defensive oriented on most of my Mons because I was expecting physical Mons. If I had been special defense, had more special defense on my Articuno instead of physical, then this play would have been much better because I go for the Calm Mind, right? And he does 20% and he gets a special defense drop. That's fine, whatever the fuck. He gets the special defense drop, which gives me a competitive boost. But at this point, like I said, if I had more special defense to begin with, then this wouldn't have done as much as it did, and it would have been much easier for me to just set up freely here. But it gives me a competitive boost, and I said, okay, fuck it, I'm not gonna get another chance. Okay, I can't live another hit here, so I might as well just attack this thing, get some damage off. So I go for the Thord power, and I get 49%, and then he kills me with Empoleon. Now, I think here I go with Big Arch, okay, because I'm trying to do some fucking damage here. So I go for the Flash Cannon because I predicted him to switch into something else. And then he goes to Torterra. Now, again, I'm expecting physical-oriented stuff here. Okay, so I go for the Landorus to give him an Intimidate. He uses Wider, whatever. He goes for the Shell Smash. Okay, fine. I'm not going to switch out because I don't need the Landorus anymore because I'm not going to be able to switch into the last 2 months anyways. And he uses Energy Ball. And I'm like, he's fucking special. Fuck. So I go to Screamtail because Screamtail can live this easily because Screamtail is fucking busted. And then I go for the Perish Song. Now, the reason why I had Perish Song on here is because I knew he was going to try to set up with something. And in hindsight, I probably should have had something else besides. Actually, I don't remember what the rest of my moves were. I know I had Perish Song and then Play Rough. No, or I had an attacking move. I don't know which one it was. I don't remember right now. And Rain Dance for Arch. So my point stands that I could have had Protect here, and this would have been much easier. Oh, Wish, it was an island move, that's why. Actually, I think I might have had Protect. I don't know. No, I didn't. I had Wish, Rain Dance, Perish Song, and whatever the last fucking move was. Which, it's not good. And then I go into Arch, because I can tank this. And like I said, if I had been Terra Grass instead of Terra Berry, which didn't help me at all in this case because I made myself weaker to Empoleon. I would have been able to like tank this fucking thing way easier. And then at this point, I keep my Arch alive as he sacks. I sack my Wellsprings just so Torterra dies. But at this point in the game, it's over. Like Latios is gonna come in and kill me with his Terra Electric Luster Purge. I don't know why he went Terra Electric there because it wasn't like I had anything for it. But yeah, so this was I will say, like, if it wasn't for the fact that I didn't position myself properly with my Articuno, and the fact that he was special on everything, literally he had special mons up the wazoo, then I could have had a different mindset here. And if I had Registeel instead of Articuno, this game would have been much easier in my mind. But overall, I still think I did relatively okay. I just think the problem was I don't know how to use Articuno, and I already dropped it actually because I didn't feel comfortable with it. And the fact that it's so reliant, it's not even a bulky enough mon to use. So, and it's reliant on setup to do anything. Yeah, it's not worth it. So I dropped it for, I don't remember what it was. I don't recall. But I'll show you guys, or I'll tell you guys in the next battle, because actually I don't think I can use it in the next battle. Either way, this video is gone long enough. I did lose 2-0, and I could have easily won this if I had a different mon instead of this fucking Articuno, and if I had been more specially defensive oriented on most of my mons, and had a different Terra on Arch, because yeah. But that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys had fun, and we're gonna leave it off there for now. This has been your boy SoresanCrockxen, and I'll see you guys in future videos, streams, shorts, and everything in between.